Satoru Gojo. Where do I even begin? My glorious blue-eyed king. Nigga was tough the day he came out the womb. When he was born, the whole balance of the world was altered. Let me repeat that again, cause y'all niggas not hearing me for real. When Satoru Gojo was born, the balance of the world was altered. Nigga was so tough that at 8, he rage baited this grown-ass, gambling, homeless, doomed to be deadbeat monkey into becoming his top op. Can bag any girl he wants with ease. And to be honest, hollow purple, red, blue, and a 0.4 infinite void domain expansion cool and all. But in my opinion, his greatest feat is getting the high school teacher's number. There is no limit to the glaze for me when it comes to the six-eyed king. And is that partially because him and Gege changed my broke nigga life? Yes. But hey man, a good amount of the glaze is still genuine glaze. This is the same guy that had people making newspapers about him being sealed in the anime. What other anime character is doing that? Them white niggas in Mexico would love talk about so I can't believe it's been so and so much since Charlie Kirk died. Nigga, try 1,189 days without Satoru Gojo. And for all my manga readers, this is an anime safe place. Chapter 236 does not exist. It is fake. It is a fabrication made by the man that calls himself Gege Akatami. I can't believe it's almost been 3 years since Gojo's been sealed in the anime. Man, sometimes I just want to close my eyes and take myself back to the good old days. Who the fuck is this nigga, bro? Is an athlete from the day they are born? What about an astronaut or an idol? Truth be told, you can't tell what you're destined for at birth. In this world, magic flows freely, and the witches are the ones who can manipulate magic to its fullest potential.
Say that again?
Potential. Meet Coco, a girl who's been fascinated by magic since she first gained consciousness. One day when she was little, she went to a festival with her mom and followed this butterfly that took her to the most sus room ever. Where is her mother, gang? How the fuck you lose sight of your own toddler like that at a festival? She ends up going deeper into the room and meets this totally not sus looking witch. She ends up explaining the concept of magic to her, and peep how his magic is so dark and eerie. But Coco's just a kid, so of course she pays no mind to this. She's just here to vibe. This witch is a member of the Brimmed Caps, and that's no good. But I'll elaborate on that later. The Brimmed Cap ends up giving her a magic book and a wand for free. In this economy, we giving out free magic book wands? Wow, niggas gotta pay $63 every week just to fill up a tank, cause these gas prices turning up crazy. And don't even get me started about them niggas on the boat with the virus, gang. They should have blown that shit up right then and there. They say they got that shit in Jersey. Chief Keef was right, gang. Well, that wanna be New York State up too. Coco ends up telling her mom how she got the book, and she doesn't even question shit at all. Send Coco's ass to Child Protective Services now. Coco is very excited that she now has the tools to become a great witch. I mean, just look at how the ground lights up every time she takes a step. She was made for this. But unfortunately for Coco, when she gets close to home, the steps below her stop glowing, because in this world, you can only be a witch if you're born with magical powers. But this ain't stop her from trying to find out if she has power during her formative years, until the fateful day arrived. Qifrey's here to get some new swag, and after seeing Coco go to work with that cloth, he's impressed. She's 12, Qifrey. She's 12. This nigga really is Gojo, dog. You following the freshman Slayer's footsteps. Coco ends up lashing out crazy, since her weaving skills can never compare to something as precious as magic. So Qifrey ends up asking her why she likes magic so much, and she ends up giving him the rundown of what happened when she went to the festival with her mom. And Qifrey like, hold up, what you mean you got a book and wand from a nigga with a brick? The carriage the Cinderella's sister looking at bitch used to get here ends up toppling over since these zits fucked around and found out. So Qifrey's like, I can help y'all out if you want, as he then proceeds to whip out his trusty hat, revealing that he's a witch. But that cloak kinda pale, and that hat looking pointy. What set is you really repping, Qifrey? Qifrey says he needs a quiet place in order to work his magic, so they end up letting him use the workshop. But we all know damn well Coco was gonna make sure she caught a peek, and cast a peek she did, as he ends up discovering that magic is not cast with wands. It's symbols drawn with pens and magical ink. Watching this really gave me flashbacks to that epic Mickey intro cutscene when Mickey sees Jensen going crazy making Wasteland. If you know, you know. And just like in that cutscene, Coco isn't where she's supposed to be. Coco? How the fuck did she get here that fast without Qifrey hearing a single step or fall? Are we really sure she doesn't have any magical powers?
Are you sure?
I
had a pretty interesting day.
Coco grabs her wand and book, and just like she had thought, the wand was actually a pen the whole time, and naturally she gets to drawing the spells in the book, and at first it was no use, but eventually just look at how happy she is, man. You love to see it. She even ends up casting a fire spell and just peep her floor dog. That girl is hungry for greatness. If you haven't noticed already, her drawings are kind of whack, so she comes up with the genius idea to pull an Allen bow and starts tracing. What could possibly go wrong?
And done.
What did you draw? Tell me, Coco! What spell did you draw?
She accidentally used Blizzard, and to make things even worse, her mother ended up getting frozen. But this isn't your run-of-the-mill magic. She used a forbidden spell, and this is the reason the witches have been lying for years, that people are born with the ability to use magic to prevent situations like this from happening. And because Coco knows the truth, Qifrey must erase her memories. But before he could do it, Coco ends up saying she remembers what was written in the forbidden book by heart, leaving Qifrey with no choice but to keep Coco in his sights because he wants to take down the Brim Caps once and for all. And so
Coco, 君はこれから魔法使いになるんだ。
After being taken under Qifrey's wing, Coco's brought to his base, and come on guys, this is a fantasy anime. Did you really think Coco was about to be his only student? Meet the Apprentices. First we got Tetia. She's the vibe merchant of the group, always keeping the girls' mentals in check and shit, because at the end of the day, it's all about family. Next is richeh? I don't know how to say that. She's the soft-spoken and silent archetype, if you couldn't tell by the light blue hair. Well, now you know. Last but not least is Agott. She got that Bakugo energy, not because she's loud and entitled, but in a why am I in the same classes as peon type of way, but a Noelle backstory. The good old failure of the prestigious family, but whole time she's actually talented, and the only reason she struggles is due to the stress of having all them expectations put on her at a young age. That being said though, she is completely in the right to not like Coco. Like, I love how whimsical Coco is, but why the fuck are you asking if both these girls are witches? After which Gojo just told you that from now on you will be a witch. Like, girl, if you don't shut your stupid ass up. Nah, just kidding. We all love Coco over here at munchiweeb. Every time Agott is within 10 feet from Coco, you can tell she is filled with disgust. It only took her one night of being her roommate to be like, man, fuck this shit, I'll do it myself. So in order to officially become an apprentice, you need to pass the Dada range test. One of Qifrey's acquaintances asked if he's gonna make Coco take the test anytime soon, and he's like, nah, since the area in which the test is taken at this time of year is so dangerous that you can die. Does he know? I don't think he knows. Of course he doesn't know that his top prospect would send his most valuable asset there to die while he's away for work. I was talking about I forgot to mention it, but you only get to take this test once. If you fail, you'll never be allowed to be Master Qifrey's apprentice. Stop the cap, you little shit. Stop the cap right now. Stop the cap. The way she talking, you think these witches is Viltrumites. The irony of it all is that an exam that probably took Agott a decent amount of time to prepare for, Coco did it in her first week with zero prep time in much harsher conditions. I mean, she literally fucked up her flying shoes and wet her whole inventory. She passed her exam on extreme difficulty, and seeing this made me realize something. So the other day, I just happened to stumble my way into catching a Rapso Petty stream, and what he said was straight facts.
If we talk about power systems, I would hate to be in Witch Hat Altair. I would hate to be in Witch Hat, bro. Worst power system. I gotta draw my spell. Suck my... Boy, bro, I don't want to have to draw every spell. I gotta have a notebook full of spells that I hope don't get wet. Bro, do you understand how much I would... Bro, I'm just throwing water at niggas' spell books, bro.
I ain't gonna lie, gang. I got a point.
No one in the universe can defeat me.
Your reign ends now, you tyrant!
Chill, witch. I'm not worried about you. Watch this. This is the unbeatable weapon.
Bro, are you serious?
Forgot to mention that during the exam, Coco also befriended my nigga Burst Buddy.
Aww. So cute!
This hating ass bitch, excuse my language, couldn't even look Coco in her eye and went straight back to her room. Qifrey, you gotta discipline her, my nigga. No belt, no chancla, no time board or cable remote, no nothing. Unless Agott ends up having an Akaza level backstory, this fuck Agott, all my niggas hate Agott. Agott can't tell it backwards. Side note, I just watched the most recent episode and we starting to get a tease of her past. I'm tired of getting a taste of it. I want the whole load. And thank the heavens, they're starting to be tension in the story now. Another introductory episode and I would have waited for this season to finish airing on, bro.
しかし禁止魔法を見たら通報の義務。
誰にも言わないで。誰にも。
Qifrey has that pretty boy what can he do wrong swag, but I'm not falling for it, gang. This shit is too good to be true. Whenever someone is too happy, just know that shit is fake. This nigga moving like Yami, gang. He building a squad of straight misfits. Bro literally saw how passionate Coco was about magic, saw her mom get vaulted, and was like, I ain't reading all that. I'm happy for you though, or sorry that happened. But as soon as Coco mentioned them goddamn brim caps, he was like, you know what? You alright, green haired child? And now he's yakking that he couldn't bring himself to take her memories since he didn't want her to lose her love for magic. Why is he lying? On Coco's orientation day, Qifrey ends up telling her the origins of magic. Long ago, magic wasn't something special. Everyone in the world had access to using it, but naturally, that led to conflict because with great power comes great responsibility. And unfortunately, not everyone understands that concept. Conflict ensued and many horrific spells were created. So the few people who still had a conscience unified as witches and cleared most of the population's memory of magic, entrusting the secret only to the families of the disciples who swore to protect it. That's where the brim caps come in, since they're against his ideology and believe that magic should be free to use with no limits. That's not a bad cause at all. I'm gonna keep it a buck. So it makes sense why they value Coco so much, because she's the key to turning this whole world upside down on some 25th BAM shit. That being said, peep how serious Qifrey looked explaining the history of magic. I'm willing to bet my soul that he has the Aki type backstory where the brim caps took something important from him and now he's blinded by revenge, and in the end he will die a gruesome death or be saved by Coco's wonder. I've played these games before. Now, I titled this video Welcome Back Gojo for a reason. He got the goofy expressions, the blue eyes, the silver white hair. Hey, I'd be lying if I said his ass the strongest, but peep how he split the seas like Moses using this magical inscribed sword, and it also attracts water for an extra layer of sharpness. There's this one time where he teaches Coco how to cook and the rest of the girls join along and they want to go outside and eat, but unfortunately it's raining. But have no fear, since Qifrey is the second coming of Christ and casts a bubble where it's sunny around him, and you already seen how he popped out saving Coco from the forbidden spell. But what if I told y'all he one-upped himself? He game real quick. The girls are trapped in a veil after being baited by the same brim cap that gave Coco the forbidden book. Hours they spent trapped inside trying to figure out how to defeat the dragon in their way, and eventually they're able to tame it thanks to Coco's creative genius. Not dead ass though. Who else is coming up with a plan like this? That boy is sleeping good, full 9 hours and everything. All seemed good, but as soon as they undid the seal that sent them here, the rift between started going haywire, and that dragon spun back for round 2. Oh my days, what a clutch from Qifrey. He then proceeds to do his signature dancey dance, casts a spell that clears the sky and turns the remaining precipitation in the air golden, essentially summoning Super Shenron. And yeah, that other dragon's fate was sealed. Maybe Qifrey really is Gojo's replacement.
Hold it!
It has come to my attention that Witch Hat Atelier started being published before JJK, which means that Gojo is a fraud. That's not a surprise though. You know that aura farming technique he be doing with the blindfold? He stole that shit straight out of Riku's playbook.
He copied my whole fucking flow! Word for word, bar for bar!
Not only did he steal Qifrey's hair and eye color, he stole Riku's aura farming technique, Kakashi's swag, and All Might's importance to his verse. Gojo is a swag jacker. Stay woke, y'all. All in all, Qifrey is a cool character and he is not a Gojo clone. But god damn it, he's swaggy as shit. And if you were to tell me they were some sort of spiritual family members, I wouldn't even call you crazy. I like the series, it has a lot of potential. I peeped that it's a seinen and not a typical like shonen fantasy. So shit's probably gonna hit the fan and get really dark. And I didn't want to have another Promised Neverland situation or Made in Abyss type shit. Like, just let the kids be kids, man. Sonic X1 will be out by the end of June or early July, and if it isn't, I'm deleting my channel. So yeah, make sure to like the video. 1K likes, I already know the deal. First video of the summer, trying to upload bi-weekly. We gonna go crazy. And besides that, I'm gonna catch y'all.